Okay, it looks like we're live everywhere. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Tim Black at Night Show. What's going on, people? Yeah. Got a couple people in the queue. That's what's up. Thank you for being here. And let's get ready for the show.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
It's a lot. Hey people. Hey, how y'all doing? I got enough light. And man, can you hear me? Hope you can. Oh wow. Give it up for my people on Facebook who came to the show. Didn't actually go anywhere. Give it up for my people on Periscope and YouTube. Yeah. That's what we do. What a week. What a week, people. What a week. You got to admit it was, or it has been, because it's not over. I know you want it to be over, right? You know, it's like, oh, it's been a hard week. I saw somebody on Facebook made a post. They said, I give up on politics. That's it. It's over for me. I'm done with this shit. Yeah. I know Rachel Maddow was pretty pissed, but I didn't think she quit like that. Now, I wish it was Rachel Maddow who quit. Or Joy Reid. Quit. Just quit. Oh, man, just quit. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. All right, so we got a lot to talk about because a lot happened. A lot happened. You know, look, I'm not here to defend anyone. I'm not going to defend anybody. I got enough trouble on my hands just trying to defend myself. You know what I mean? You know, people like to say stuff like, I don't agree with you 100% Tim Black. I don't, agree with anybody 100% Tim Black. And like, yeah, man, I don't agree with me 100% of the time, so it's okay, man. Like, only an arrogant bastard agrees with themselves all the time. I really hope this thing's working. I really do. Like, I need a person here to make sure the camera's working. I'm just going to keep going. But, yeah, I'm not here to defend anybody, man, and I owe no one anything. You know what I mean? Al Franken. I got to say this about Al Franken, though, and look, hey, if you elect a comedian, you're going to have to put up with some stuff. Now, I don't mean he can, I'm not saying it's okay for him to break the law. Of course not. Of course not. It's not right to break the law. I don't care who you are, you know? It's not right to break the law. I mean, you could download some video. I mean, you know what I mean. Like, serious breaking of the law. I don't think that's cool, and no one supports that. No one supports rape, no matter what they say the culture is. No one supports that. At least I don't. Like regular people really don't. Like most men don't. But the thing about Al Franken is, though I think he's wrong, it's so clearly this guy was a comedian at the time. He thought he was funny. Now, I don't know if it's funny to stick your tongue down someone's throat. It's either, sexy or it's not funny. Like, but Like I've had white friends, that did things that black friends didn't do. You know what I mean? Like, farting and rolling up all the windows. That's not funny. And I'm not trying to equate the thing. I'm just saying that some things comedians do, I think. You can't elect one of these guys. Like in 2006, in 2006, was Al Franken thinking about becoming a senator? He wasn't. I bet you right now he's like, damn, man. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be in this job. He's probably like, I wish I didn't take this job, you know? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? You know, it's also important not to be a sanctimonious asshole. Yeah. Like, it's always pointing at other people, hey, you're not good enough. You got to do better. You got to do better by the women. We got a picture here, Al, of you groping a woman's breast and she's asleep. It's like, okay, I didn't mean that. Doesn't my Stuart Smalley character mean anything to you people? I took down Jeff Sessions. Nope, get out, get the fuck, get out, get your ass out. That's how it is, man. No one cares. What have you done for me lately? And lately, Al, lately you've been exposed to being just like Harvey Weinstein. See, and that's the thing. That's the thing. See, the problem here is we've had so many allegation reports in such a short amount of time that they're kind of running together. And I know I had a show last night with T.J. Kirk, and we both agreed it's not good to compare, degenerates to degenerates. For fear you may offend degenerates. Oh, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we agree we shouldn't do that. But it's hard not to do that, man. Like, it's hard not to compare the level of degeneracy to other levels. What I mean by that is, what Harvey Weinstein did, it's like, since it's sitting right next to Kevin Spacey, which is sitting right next to Louis C.K., which is sitting right next to George Takei, which is sitting right next to Al Franken, which is sitting right next to Roy Moore, which is sitting right next to... I'll leave some names out. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? Look, don't use your position to get laid. My way is like this. Like, this is how I grew up. And I'm old school, I know, man. People remind me every day, Tim, you getting old. And when they don't remind me, my back does. Back's like, hey, mofo. We ain't kids no more. You know? I don't know, man. Like, when I was growing up, the guys I hung around with, we kind of agreed that if you can't get a woman on just being cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't get a woman on your mouthpiece, y'all know what I'm talking about? Like your rap, your game, right? Your charisma, your style, the way you talk, the connection you create. If you got to use your job to get laid, you don't need to get laid, man. Come on, give it up for that. Come on, give it up for that. Makes sense, right? Who are these guys walking around going, I got this job. I got this thing going on. These are losers, man. These are losers with money. These are losers. You can be a loser and still have a position. Because inside, you're still that fat little kid who could, like, the notes you used to write to girls. I like you. Can I have a chance, please? Will you be with me? Hell no. And she ball it up and throw it. That's letting you off easy, by the way. Yeah, that's easy. Like, really sticking it to you is showing everybody and laughing. Did you see this? Look at this, Cynthia. Look. He said that. Yeah, he said that. He said it. And you're sitting over there like, I think I have a stomach ache. I need to go home. But no, man, this sexual harassment stuff is horrible stuff, man. I think we need to do better. I think we need Stuart Smalley to come back and explain to us how we can make it better, how we can be better people. Well, listen. Hi, everyone. I'm Stuart. Let me commit to it. Let me commit. Hi, everyone. I'm Stuart. We all should be better at treating one another like human beings. Because treating each other well is nice. What's also nice is giving fake names and not telling people where you work or what you can do for them. This will help. Oh, boy, I don't know. Yeah, I got a small YouTube channel and a little following on social media. I'd rather people not know me, man. Just like, since I'm married, I'm out the game. I can't do anything anyway, you know. Can't do anything anyway. But you know who really can't do anything? Meek Mill. Damn. Meek Mill can't do nothing. He can't do anything. Do you understand? This young man has been on probation for most of his adult life. Do you realize that? How many of you would have survived being on probation with people monitoring you for your early 20s? Come on, for your early 20s. I want to know. Come on. Raise your hand. Raise your hand, Theodore Willoughby. Come on, raise your hand. Poindexter. How many of you would have survived being on probation that long, or parole, whatever, right? You know, in Philly, they have the second largest or highest statistics of people that are on parole or probation. It's really just a way to get people into the prison industrial complex. It's like, it's a trap. You understand? It's a trap. It's like, you know, if they can't just lock you directly up, they do this. You know, they put you on parole, probation, and they know eventually you're going to be somewhere with some weed at. Right? Eventually you'll be somewhere where weed is. You'll be like, no, I can't have that. I'm on parole, probation. I can't do it. And eventually you're going to buckle because you're going to have a couple drinks, which is legal. You're going to smoke that weed. And something's going to happen, and you're going to get piss tested or whatever, and you're going to end up in that system. You'll be trapped. So, like Meek Mill, you know, there's these people out there that are really conservative. They're really conservative, and they blame Meek Mill for it. Look, man, if you can't pop a wheelie, you know, come on, man, popping a wheelie. Come on, popping a wheelie. There's some cops who popped actual people. Pop. They not in jail. Meek Millie popped a mofo willie. Saw this motherfucker. That's all he popped is a willie. I can curse. He popped a motherfucking willie. And he broke up a fight. And the prosecutor said, it's nothing here. We don't need to lock him up for that. You know? And, you know, but no, the judge is like, we gonna do it anyway because I'm emotionally invested in Meek Mill. I'm emotionally. Nobody buys that. Except for Wendy Williams with her fake fainting ass. Nobody else buys it. Nah, she just had an axe to grind. That's all. Yeah. So Meek Mill, free Meek Mill, guys. Come on, free Meek Mill. Come on. We don't need any more people. We need less people in jail, not more people in jail. And if you're jealous of the guy's money, go get, you know, come on, man. Don't be jealous. Be like me. Like, whenever I see somebody doing better than me, I don't get jealous. I just think, great. I can achieve that. I'm inspired by other people doing better than me. You know? That's how I am, man. I'm weird that way. I'm challenged by it. I'm like, okay, this guy or woman is kicking major butt. I can kick some major butt and get where they are. I wish more people looked at it like that instead of hate. hate gets down deep in your soul and it infests you and it infects you. It's not a good thing. I don't hate. I dislike. I dislike and I block. Yeah, I block mofos. But I don't hate them. It's different. You know, just before I came on, it was something I was looking at. Now, I'm not saying women need to be a gang. I'm not saying that. But I am saying it'd be nice if you didn't take long dumps on top of each other's head when it's time to support one another. You could do that. You could kind of like stand up for one another sometime when, like, for instance, have you seen the beef between the gymnasts? Have you seen this? You've seen this beef. Let me explain. Allie Raisman, her trainer or coach, this guy, Nassar something. This guy is about to plead guilty like 130 accusations of sexual misconduct, sexual assault. Yeah, he's been assaulting all the little gymnast girls that he trained over the years. And Allie Raisman, she made a comment, I think on 60 Minutes or something, she added herself to the Me Too hashtag. Out of the blue, Gabby Douglas, I think is her name, Gabby jumps in like, sounding like an old white guy from the 50s. She's like, you need to watch what you wear because you are attracting the wrong type of crowd. I'm like, what Mad Men reruns has she been watching? How are you going to be more conservative than the Mad Men guys? I mean, even they knew they were sexually assaulting women. Like, they just didn't care. How are you caping for a sexual predator? I don't know, man. What is up, man? Come on, Gabby. When your hair was all toe up from the flow up, we had your back, Gabby. That's that. It's the hate. Hate. It's not good to have that type of hate. Look, for the record, I may be a guy, so maybe it's not my place to say this, but, well, I guess I can say this. This I can say. I don't know many sexual predators, but I got to imagine a sexual predator is like a lion. And when a lion wants to hunt for something, when the lion wants to eat, the lion don't care what the gazelle look like, mofo. It's not like, hey, ain't right. Oh, man, shit. Look at the mane on that one, man. I'll wait till we get one. They got the edges done. Shit. Nah, it's not how it works. That lion sees a gazelle and just goes and eats that mofo. So I'm equating sexual predators to actual predators, man. They don't care about if you got on a mini skirt or sweatshirt. Shit, these predators are so aggressive, man. You could be wearing a Glad trash bag. They still want to get at it. Harvey Weinstein wanted an audience. He didn't care if you were dressed or not. And he didn't ever ask the woman to. Anyway. Just, Gabby, get it together. Get it together, Gabby. Get it together. I'd like to know, maybe you can help me out, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube. Why do these conservative people, why do they support tax breaks for everyone but themselves? What is up with that shit? Why would you, motherfucker, now you voted for Trump. I get it, you voted for Trump. It was Make America Great Again, right? Motherfucker, that should include you. That should, it's not selfish to say include me in the tax breaks, mofo. Well, I wouldn't want to say that. I'm sure my Trumpy has an idea, has a plan. Really? Really? His plan, why does everybody give excuses like it's 3D chess and it's playing 3D chess and 4D chess? No, he's playing with your damn future. Dumbass, that's what he's playing with. It's a game to him, that's true. It ain't checkers, man, to him or chess. Shit is Monopoly. He's collecting all the big properties and has been for 30 years. I just don't understand why it must be something powerful to make you vote against your best interests all the time and support shit that's not meant to help you at all, and you just continue to do it. This tax plan it's going to hurt poor people, middle-class people, seniors, students. Who it will help is the big conglomerates, the international corporations, the 1%. People I'd like to call the man. And you have no problem with it. You think it's cool because it's a Trump idea. Man, look, a bad idea is a bad idea. It don't matter who come up with it, and a good idea is a good idea. It don't matter who come up with it. Give it up for that. This, man, I'm tired of parties, man. I'm partied out. You know, come on, guys. Come on. Step into the light. Step into the light. Step into the light. God, speaking of stepping into the light, I've heard many different schools of thought on Roy Moore. Roy Moore. I don't understand why people support this guy. You know, they knew everything. Like, Alabamians already knew. They already knew this guy loves the little ladies. When I say little ladies, I don't mean petite women. I mean young women. Like, he was 30 prowling schools. He's 30 calling little girls out of class. Would you like to go on a date? This is no surprise. It's not that they think you're lying when you say Roy Moore is a sexual predator. It's not that they think you're lying, it's just they don't care. They don't care. No. He talks about the Bible. He talks about the Bible. You know what? Just because somebody references the Bible don't mean they're a good person. Doesn't mean that. So all week it's been, if you say this about Roy Moore, you got to look over here. And if you say this about Al Franken, what about Bill Clinton? And what about talking about Bill Clinton? Now you got to talk about Donald Trump. And I'm getting whiplash just trying to keep up with all the whataboutisms. Yeah? Can we just agree all sexual predators need to be kicked out of office or kicked off TV or just kicked? Yeah, just kicked. Good one too. Bow, just kick these mofos. And I'm not saying that to score points with women. Throw out, it'd be nice if I did, but let's face it, Tim Black TV it's not funded by any big groups. I need all the support I can get. But no, seriously though, guys. Let's just agree. Can we agree that, self-esteem and people shouldn't feel harassed and that's important. And we should all be able to band together on certain things. If we can't as a country band together and say it's not right to make anyone feel uncomfortable or tiny or small or not in control of their own bodies or or like they're a piece of meat and you can manipulate them and ruin their lives or ruin their careers or just rape them. Like if we can't agree that that's just bad regardless to who does it and what time they did it, if they did it last month or 20 years ago or 30 years ago, that it's just wrong, and that we as humans, black, white, Latino, Asian, whatever, native, whatever we are, male, female, straight, whatever, trans, it doesn't matter, that we're going to say as a people that that's not good, and we don't want that. We don't want that in our country. And we won't hire people who do that. And we don't respect them. And we won't put them in position and elect them, regardless to what it costs us. I mean, if we can't do that, well, shit. Ain't no hope for us. That's how I see it. Yeah, that was a little strong to end comedy routine on. I wish I had something else. I gotta have something else. Can't end on the Morgan Freeman / Denzel speech, Samuel Jackson-esque speech. Now, it wasn't Samuel Jackson. Tim didn't have any mofos in it. Gotta say motherfucker if you're doing Samuel, brother. I know what. I like to give a shout out to all the Russian bots. All you Russians out there. Oh man, all the Russians. Russian salad eating, Russian bathhouse, Hungarian, whatever bathhouse having, evil, yeah. I don't even know much about Russia. Rubles Cube. What they did with RT is just horrific, man. They're classifying everyone who's on this network, and we're talking about people like Larry King, people like, Jesse Ventura is a Russian hack. He's a Kremlin puppet, really? He wasn't a Kremlin puppet in Predator, motherfucker. I mean, this is what our mainstream news has told us. That's what they're preaching, is that, these people are Russian bots. Lee Camp ain't Russian. Motherfucker, Lee Camp is not Russian. He's whatever Antonio Banderas is, because he's got a lot of hair. It's got that. So from maybe Greek, I don't know. What's that guy? Fango? He's he can do this shit. It's not Russian, though. Come on, man. Come on. Making RT register as if they are trying to destroy America because they're truth tellers. Come on. This is beyond the pale. We can't allow this in our country. Ed Schultz isn't a Russian. What the problem they didn't like with Ed Schultz was he called out the TPP. Right? That's all he did. That ain't Russian, man. That's human. That's fighting for unions and fighting for working people. Right, Ed? Sons of bitches. Abby Martin ain't Russian. What is wrong with people? And see, what's going to happen is you're going to allow them to take away our free speech, and then we're going to have nothing. You're going to be sitting around listening to, Lawrence Welk, I don't know, shit. Celine Dion, rerun old-ass Celine Dion songs, and watching old reruns of Dawson's Creek, shit like that. And you realize you're going to look up and be like, damn, life sucks. It's boring as hell. We got no contrary opinions. Damn, every channel's got on Rachel Maddow and AM Joy. This is some bullshit. I need a different, and there's not going to be an opinion different because you allow them to run us all off. Well, first of all, they don't allow us on cable news. They don't allow us on cable news. Now they're going to run us off the internet. internet. And you're letting it happen. You're letting it happen. Don't let it happen. We got to fight to keep free speech. So they took Richard Spencer's Twitter. They took away his check mark, man. You know, took away his check mark, which is really fucked up because, you know, the check mark should be for just to prove your identity that you've been authenticated. This is the actual person that they say they are. This is not an imposter. This is for credibility as far as you being that person you are. In no way should the check mark be seen as a status symbol. No way should it be deemed as a you know, some type of endorsement from the people at Twitter. Jack does not endorse you by giving you a check mark. For some reason, Twitter felt like it needed to adjust its policies in order to remove check marks from white nationalists. And, you know, all I got to say about that is, I'm good with it. Oh, yeah, I'm good with it. I'm cool. Oh, yeah, I'm a hypocrite. I don't give a shit. Look, if someone was talking about exterminating your family and how you are mud people and how you're not good enough to be in this country, maybe you'd be all right with them not having a check mark, too. It's real easy for you to be like, hey, man, come on, Tim. Bro, man, come on, man, we're drinking Rolling Rock. We're drinking Rolling Rock. And we're wondering, man, how could you, like, come on, man, how could you not, like, support free speech? I am supporting free speech. I don't support skinheads, neo-Nazis, white nationalists. Come on, man, the tiki lamp dudes, no. I don't support that shit. Not at all. They got, you know, they did that thing in Charlottesville. I'm from D.C., born in D.C. General Hospital, right down the street from Berry Farms. Moved to Prince George's County, Maryland. Lived in Landover, Hyattsville, Riverdale. Areas where you will get the shit beat. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, you can't fight. It's going to be a long life. And if the tiki lamp dudes came to Prince George's County, Maryland, or the Berry Farms, oh, Lord, Berry Farms, D.C., they may have walked over, but they'd be limping back, and they wouldn't be limping back gently either. No. They'd be limping back with tiki lamps shoved up their asses, running home to their mama. That's how they be walking back. And I'm all right with that. All right, guys, thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. That's the end of the comedy section. And now we go to phone lines. Phone number is 319-527-6212. You are tuned into the Tim Black Show. Peace. Yeah, baby.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember, December 2nd in Richmond, Virginia, Lee Camp, Chris Mohan, and your man Tim Black will be there doing political comedy at his best. Go to leecamp.net. That's leecamp.net. Find out how you can get your ticket. I'd love to see you come out, y'all. Come on now. All right, guys, you know what time it is. Let me put the number up on the screen. Booyah. There it is. There it is. Here it is. All right, guys, we're going to take calls in the order that they came in. 319-527-6212. I got some callers in the queue. I'm going to my 917 number. 917, you are live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, Tim Black. It's your boy KJ, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
My brother. How you been, man? What's up, KJ?
Tim. Oh, man. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing fine, man. How you doing, family?
I haven't called in quite a while. I like the new format, man. The stand-up routine. That's hot, bro. I like that. Good stuff.
Thanks, fam. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I guess Christmas has come a little early for us Trumpies. You know, with Al Franken. He's our latest present from the Democratic debacle of molestations and... You know, it's really, the ridiculous thing is most people don't know Al Franken. Now, I'm 51 years old, bro, so I watched Saturday Night Live from when it first started, okay? I was 10 in 76, all right? Al Franken was not only a, frequent, guest on Saturday Night Live. He was one of the main writers in the early days. So the guy's a total freak. He's always been a freak. He used to do a skit he was famous for, and he used to say, and he was standing up on a table in like a real freaky position, and he said, "My name is Al Franken. I'm a male prostitute." And that's Al Franken. That's his famous, that's what he's known for. I mean, and the picture that he got, so what do you expect from a guy like that, But again, it's just another event occurring with all of this stuff now coming out. And, I just want to say, and, to your point, what you were saying about sexual predators, and I come from that era too, where, if you couldn't get a girl on your own with a good rap and, cool style and whatever happened. But, if you were some like lecherous rapist type of, you wouldn't last 5 minutes, first of all, in my neighborhood.
Right.
So, but the whole world, let's face it, Tim, has been based on, essentially, throughout the history of mankind since it started, it's been, a culture of men that have just, taken advantage of women, whether they were in power or not. And especially now, it's just become finally exposed. Finally. I mean, that all of these guys, and it's across the board, it's pretty much everywhere. That's the sickest part. It's not just politics, not just Hollywood, it's everywhere. And as a guy who used to beat girls off with a stick, I used to always look at guys like that. I knew a lot of guys that were pretty bad, and that was one of the reasons I stopped working for a very famous director when he was young. Because, he was just one of those guys, man. And that's what kind of turned me off to the Hollywood, industry. And, that's why, just wanted to comment on the severity and seriousness of that. And it's really the scariest part, bro. It's the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. But
I agree with
hopefully
you,
with this, I said the best part about this is, especially in Hollywood, well, maybe now we'll see some really talented actors. Because it seemed like the very untalented ones were willing to do sexual favors or be sexually harassed to get roles, and that's just Hollywood. It's the ones that got scorned and didn't really get any of the big roles are coming out, and rightly so. But in that place, especially that business, you play that game, you kind of, you know what you're getting into when you get into showbiz. All right, it's sleazy. There's nothing pretty about show business. But, just wanted to call and say also happy holidays, brother. Have a great Thanksgiving with you and your family. And have a great night, bro.
Hey, man, thank you so much. You do the same, too, man. Thank you, and enjoy your damn holiday, my brother. I appreciate it. It's good hearing from you.
Yeah, show that.
My brother, keeping it real, man. Yeah, man, as you put it, KJ, I was thinking, as you were saying that, so does that mean the people that made it did some stuff? That's why they're not coming out? Is that possible? Like, so like, I don't know. I don't want to put any names out there. All I'm saying is, if Harvey, and it's not, you can't imagine it just be one guy, because everybody just go work everywhere else. I would imagine, right? It can't just be Harvey Weinstein is the only one, producer, director, whatever, can greenlight films. He's the only guy doing this. No, I gotta believe it was more prevalent than that. And then, does that mean that others kept their mouth shut and just put up with it and did whatever? Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's one way to look at it, man. It's one way to look at it. I appreciate the comment, bro. And thank you for the comment on the stand-up, man. It's a new thing I'm doing, and I just want to be good at it and work material out here, man. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you all. Yes, sir. 708, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from? $708.
Hey, Tim, it's Paul from Chicago.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, my brother?
No, not bad. I think, we could still have the media covering more than just, this stuff. They're just nonstop with it. That and the, the thing about the supposed tax cuts, if that's what you'd like to call them. I know you already did a piece on that, so I won't go too far into that. But the thing I really wanted to call in about, because I think it's one of those things that are probably going to slip by a lot of people, and I sent you a tweet with an article on it earlier that we already knew about the FCC planning on, the whole net neutrality thing, but it turns out while everybody's talking about everything else, they actually slipped through something on us that's going to take away the Lifeline program, which, basically helps, people, that are kind of, poor in the poor class and elderly and veterans and things of that nature. And from what I'm reading, basically, the way they wrote it out, it helps about 12 million needy Americans who qualify, and it costs about $2.52 billion a year, which is less than the cost of one of the B-1 bombers the military is buying. I mean, how do they even justify that? Because it's like you can't leave that program alone so that people can, call for a ride for their doctor's appointment or call to make a doctor's appointment just so you can have another plane to bomb people with that have nothing to do with anything that we really need to be doing. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to get out there.
Well, Paul, man, I appreciate it. Lifeline, man. The Lifeline, dude, sir, I have not heard this. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all because you're right. We do value the military prowess of this country above its citizens. It's a horrible thing, brother. It really is. And I'm glad. Thanks for giving me credit for the tax cut situation. It's just that I noticed that it was, I just want to get into that fight. I want to be a part of the argument about why this tax plan is not a good plan. I don't think I'll feel good about myself if it gets passed and I didn't try to weigh in on it and do what little I can for people who are going to get hurt. So thank you, brother. Brother, I appreciate it, man. 440. You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Tim. This is Michelle from Ohio.
Michelle in the house. How you doing, sis?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So I'm just calling about the tax plan.
Talk to me.
Which is horrible and horrendous and all that, all that stuff, and just pretty much a big giveaway to the 1%. But I hear a lot of people, I read about it and they post about it and stuff like that. They always talk about how no, we can't fund X program, Medicare, whatever the program is to benefit the public purpose, because we have to wait to tax the rich to pay for things. But if people kind of understand how government spends, like the United States, like UK, like Canada, Japan, Australia, where they have a fiat currency, which means they just spend at will. So when Congress wants to spend, say they just spent, whatever it was for that military budget, 700, some ridiculous number. How did that happen? They didn't talk about taxes. They didn't talk about inflation, debts, and deficits. None of that was discussed. So what happened? The Congress, unanimously agreed on it. The bill passed. The payment automatically gets triggered. There's no waiting for tax revenue. That's not how it operates. The payments automatically happen when that bill passes. It's giving instructions to the Fed to credit accounts electronically via keystrokes. That is how government spends. It does not spend by tax revenue. And that's what's always happened. So when people say, man, we can't pay for infrastructure or healthcare or whatever that is because we have to wait to tax the rich to do it, that's nonsense. That's not how modern monetary systems actually work today. And this is not me saying this. This is Stephanie Kelton. She has a very good video on YouTube called Angry Birds. If you haven't watched it, I would highly suggest it. It's really good. Kind of dispels all the myths that were talked about, debts and deficits and inflation and all this crazy stuff. That's just not true anymore. But Bernie also hired her back in 2015. He was her pick to be a part of the Senate Congressional Budget Committee. And in that video on YouTube on Angry Birds, he talks about being on the congressional budget floor and hearing Democrats and Republicans go back and forth, and Republicans saying it's a spending issue and Democrats saying it's a revenue issue. And she said it's like listening to a bunch of dodos because they both don't get it. So I just want to comment on that. It's not lost revenue. We don't need to find the money to pay for programs right now. That's my comment. I'll make a really quick question. I have a professor that I'm in contact with down here in Ohio. He came and gave a speech to my group of progressives and kind of explained everything in layman's terms. I know this stuff is really confusing. It's really difficult to grasp. It took me a year to grasp it just because it's so entrenched and programmed in us, so we don't even think to question any of it. But he more than likely would probably be willing to come on your show to help kind of explain it in a really layman's terms. He did a really great job with my group. So if you want, I can give you his email if you want to try to contact him, and he can kind of go into a little more detail than I can.
Yeah, sure. What's his email?
It is, his name is Professor Fidel Kaboub. So that's his name, but his email is K-A...
I think it'd be better if you email me his email, because I mean, you think he wants everybody to have his email address?
Yeah, that's very true. You're probably right.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But I want to thank you, though, Michelle. I appreciate the call, and we will look into it. I've heard about modern monetary theory before. I've had real progressives on this channel. I've had Steve Grumbine on the show. For a time, him and I were connected, and he, it's on this channel. We talked about it. I personally don't believe, and I guess I don't have to say personally, I don't believe we need to call people dummies about the monetary theory. I think a lot of people in Congress understand it very well. There's a reason why they don't talk about it. There's a reason why it's not discussed. I don't think that reason is that they're ignorant. I think it's that they don't care. And our system continues to run the way it's running based on fallacies and lies. That's intentional. It's not that people are dumb, that they don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, average person probably may not be aware of it, but look, the way our system's set up, the way the way my savings account is set up, the way our system runs 90% of the things that the big conglomerates or the oligarchs, the wealthy, the 1% want done, that's what gets done. For the average person, not so much. And you got to imagine, number one on the list of things for the oligarch to stay the oligarch is scarcity. Right? So that's what I believe. I believe that the system that it is, it would take a drastic change in power in this country. And I don't mean Bernie Sanders. I don't mean, someone rising up from the Green Party or Jill Steiner or someone from the People's Independent Party or the People's Party. I think it would take, something more dramatic than that. All right, guys. I'm going to the next call, though. I appreciate you. It's a toughie. 717. 717, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tim Black. My name's Eddie. I'm from Lancaster.
Eddie from Lancaster, man. What's on your mind tonight, my friend?
How you doing, man? Not much, really. I'm just calling to kind of say what's up. Love your show. I called in once before, but I forgot to tell you my name and everything, so I was so excited at the time. But,
hey, well,
one thing I have been wondering about is what's going on with Sam Cedar and his show, because it's really unfortunate because I really like Sam. I think his show is really sharp, and I think he takes the time to do all the wonky work that a lot of people on the left don't really get into, the nitty-gritty and everything, but he seems to be, spearheading this movement against, everybody else that's on his side. I don't know. It's disheartening. I don't understand what's going on there, but I don't know. I don't really got much to say, but, that's something that's been bothering me because I feel like a lot of the trolling you get and a lot of the shit Jimmy Dore gets, pretty much everybody on our side is getting shit that's coming from this one dude who is really useful for the things we're trying to get done, but I don't know why he's, made it his raison d'etre to, sabotage everybody. I don't know. It's upsetting. But that's all. I don't got anything much interesting. There's other people who probably have better shit to say than me, but keep up the good work, man. I really love your show. Freedom Friday. Actually, any show you do is, the best part of my day, so
man,
keep it up, man.
Hey, thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it, man, and I will respond.
Nope.
I need to respond to Eddie, man, because Eddie brings up a good point, man. Look, Eddie, man, and look, man, there's so many fish to be fried. I don't have time to really worry too much about Sam. I appreciate that you compliment his show. I don't watch his show enough to make that type of, analysis of his show. But yeah, man, if the guy's wonky, well, look, dude, focus on the wonky stuff. When you attack left, and I do believe that Jimmy and I are much further left than he is, it just looks petty. It just looks petty. And, I haven't heard from Jimmy in a while, and I'm hoping he's doing well. I'm doing well. I'm loving life right now, and I'm doing stuff I want to do. And people who are happy have less time to attack. Their focus isn't on attacking. Their focus is on being happy and doing what makes them feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's it. I'm not trying to psychoanalyze Sam Cedar, but it's a telltale sign when you spend a lot of your time being negative towards other people who really aren't thinking about you so much. Why does thou talk about Tim Black? Man, I ain't tripping off you, homie. All right. Whatever, 408. You know what I'm saying? 408. I'm just keep that real. It's 100, man. I got stuff going on, man. And all that. I'm trying to police the left. I'm policing the left. Look, police your career. Police, and this is not just for Sam, this is for anyone. Police your shit. You know what I mean? Make sure you're the best you can be. How about that? Who elected these people to be the sheriffs of the left? Who hired you? No one. Oh, then go sit down. No one asked you to be bouncer for the left. Bounce your thoughts off the rest of the world and focus on that. Won't you focus on reaching more people and becoming a better commentator, becoming a better pundit, or analyst, or something? That's what I've been trying to do, become better at what I do. It's not about worried about what other people accomplish. It's like, am I the best I could be? No. So let's start here. Let's start on what I'm doing, and it's been working for me, man. I'm in a good place. So thank you, man, my brother Eddie, for the call. I do appreciate it. 408? Is that Eddie? Yeah, I just hit Eddie. Yeah. 309, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Brendan from Illinois. I'm just giving a call to say what's going on, Tim.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm not bad. I'm just pissed off about what went on in South Dakota.
Oh, man.
If you didn't know about the pipeline blowing up and leaking oil like they said it wasn't going to happen, that's the North Dakota pipeline with the South Dakota. And that exactly said, oh, it's not going to leak. Well, there we go. 210,000 gallons, I think, leaked into the supply and that. And then other things with the tax breaks for the multi-corporations and functions and all that stuff going on. Pretty interesting, in that everybody else gets screwed except for the people who don't need it, which is pretty interesting. But other than that, just reading and finding all the stuff that I've just been taking time and just watching going on, I'm just sitting here like, interesting. And it's just getting more and more tired and just watching it all go, because it's time for stuff to change, and it's got to start happening soon, or we're going to be in so much trouble.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I do. I can't call it. It's horrific what's happening. And that's the Keystone Pipeline, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is correct. And they're looking at doing the Keystone XLs through Nebraska, so I'm like, oh, boy, here we go.
Horrific shit.
So it's getting even worse. So looks like they want to do just about everything they said they weren't going to do. But I've actually been, since I drive the roads, I see the pipelines are getting moved. So they're starting to move pipelines over that way, because I'm seeing Michael, the Mitchells, whatever the group is that was putting in last time, they're still doing it. They're moving the pipelines over that way. So it looks like they're heading that way. So I have a feeling we're about to have more pipelines going, and hopefully we'll get some fights and be able to stop this thing, because it's time to start putting our foot down. Because if we don't, we're going to lose just about everything we have.
Yeah. Brother, I appreciate the phone call, man. You know I'm behind you. You know how I feel about pipelines, how I feel about the environment. I do want to say this, though, B. B, let me say this, man, because what I noticed is a lot of people defending Donald Trump, man, on this issue. Look, I hit Obama when Obama pushed through those pipelines. A lot of people hit Obama for that. You don't have to cape for Trump. Trump is behind pipelines too. So let me get this right. Your idea of, I don't know what this is. Your idea of fairness is to continue to bring up that Obama, didn't help Standing Rock, the Dakota Access Pipeline, that he just put that on the back burner and let Trump deal with it, knowing Trump would do that. Your idea is that we're going to focus on Obama, man. Right? Like, if we want to put pressure on Trump because he's in power now. He's in power now. It's some people who are just running in, jumping in. Oh, no! Let me defend Trump. No! I don't get it. He's in power. Obama's not. The thing we want to stop, he's one of the people that can help stop it, and you're worried about his feelings getting hurt as if he gives a shit about what someone says on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube. I'm not saying we're going to be able to affect him at all, but he definitely don't care about you caping. Like, I'm beginning to think people just want audiences. I called it out when it was under Obama. If I would have been doing videos, I would have called Bush out for the same thing. This ain't new. But I'm not going to cease. I refuse to cease calling out travesties of justice because it happens to be under Trump. Are these people paid to do this shit? What is going on? What is going on? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Man, maybe somebody will be able to enlighten me the thought process behind not calling out Trump for things that are going on under his watch and saying Obama. Well, yeah, I don't understand it. We want Trump to fix it, and he's in power, and it's going on under him now. We should call him out, right? All right, let me go to the next call, man. I'm sure somebody will help me understand. Let me make sure 408. 408, I just talked to you, didn't I? 408.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim.
Yeah, my bad, man.
No, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Hey, this is Mike from the Green Party in California. I'm 408. I don't know if that last guy was 408.
My brother. Well, yes, my brother. What's on your mind tonight, man? What's up, Mike?
Hey, I want to keep the boycott the NFL movement going. So I want to talk about Kaepernick's protest.
Talk to me, man, please.
So check this out. So this isn't a freedom of speech issue. This is a freedom from subjugation issue. So Kaepernick should not have to stand for the national anthem to have a job. Okay. Now the issue that he's bringing to our attention is 100% real, and it needs to be addressed. And statistically, it tells us that minorities are disproportionately targeted by police and assaulted by police, right? But there's a broader point here, and that's that we shouldn't have to change our principles to have a job, okay? So, like, what if you applied for a job and you had to convert Hinduism to get that job, right? So in order to eat, you got to change your religion. Or say you had to change political parties. Or you had to, let's say the owner of a company was from Canada, and you had to get up every day and sing "Oh Canada" every morning, right? You shouldn't have to change your principles. Here you are in America. Why do you have to pledge to the Canadian flag? The same way that somebody in the NFL might be from Canada, and they shouldn't have to stand up for the American flag. There shouldn't be forced patriotism in order to earn your paycheck. So the point is, they subjugate us with money and the threat of poverty, right? And so it's relevant today for the subjects we're talking about today, because look at all of these women that are coming out late in their career reporting sexual assault, and men too, okay? Men are reporting it too. And that's because they didn't come out sooner because they wanted to eat, and they wanted their families to eat. And they can't find their voice because they know they're going to be denied a paycheck if they do. So if they come out when they're starting in their work life, they'll be stigmatized as troublemakers. And they'll be effectively blacklisted, just like Kaepernick is now. Kaepernick is blacklisted from what he trained his entire life to do because he wouldn't show patriotism that he shouldn't even be required to show, whether he's patriotic or not. So it's not even a question anymore of freedom of speech. It's a question of freedom from subjugation. So, and in addition to that, think of all the people who are racially or let's say, experience racism at work. They don't come out. They handle it themselves. If they could be experience homophobia, other kinds of prejudice, and they just have to suffer it because they're trying to eat. They're trying to get their paycheck, and they know that they'll be stigmatized, that they'll be marked as an agitator, and that will follow them for the rest of their life. So what Kaepernick is doing today is he's standing up for everybody who's oppressed by employers, I guess, but the employment class, or the class that essentially rules and says that you have to conform to what we want based on the fact that you want to eat, So I'm just saying, we need to continue the boycott of the NFL because essentially Kaepernick is sticking up not just for racially profiled, disenfranchised people by the police, but he's standing up for all of us who might be subjugated at work or harassed or prevented from getting equal pay in some way. So that's all. I just wanted to talk about keep the boycott going. This weekend, of course, is another football Sunday and Monday Night Football. I just want to make sure people know that it's still important. It's still an important issue.
My brother. Give it up for Mike, man. I thank you, Mike, for that analysis. Interesting way of framing it. I like how you highlighted how he trained all his life for this opportunity, and he was good enough to be in the NFL and good enough to make it deep into the playoffs, right? Like, you know how many quarterbacks there have been who haven't achieved. That's why it's always hilarious to me when people say, well, maybe he's just not a good quarterback. You know how many quarterbacks have not been in the playoffs, beyond the playoffs? Like, what he accomplishes a lot in football terms. Really, real talk. And these people who know nothing about the sport would just say, hey, he's probably not good. They would rather diminish his abilities than to just admit, yeah, he got steamrolled. That's why I respect people who will just call it what it is. Yeah, man, they blackballed him because they didn't like him running his mouth. They didn't like him making a distraction, about these people dying or whatever. And they at least keep it real. They may not agree with the way he did it, but at least keep it real about what happened. Come on, man. It's like, well, Mike Tyson, he never had a punch. What? He didn't have a punch? That's how you sound when you say Colin Kaepernick's not good enough to play football. It's like, for the NFL. So thank you, Mike, for that call, man. I support it. I support boycotting of the NFL. I do. Yes, sir. 205, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tim. It's Stephanie from Tennessee.
Hey, Steph. How you doing, my sister?
Hey. I'm doing pretty good. My tooth is feeling better, and I'm amused with some stuff going on, not so much happy with other stuff going on. I have a mixed feelings about some stuff. Because I've been enjoying watching, just today you had the Bennett guy, I think his name was, the Florida guy that worked for Debbie Wasserman Schultz, just quit so that he doesn't even have to deal with his sexual allegations that are coming. I know that this, like, the Me Too thing kind of freaks me out a little bit because I'm seeing people use it where, okay, maybe not Me Too, but the Believe Women thing, because it's like, okay, I could literally, like, call someone and say that my house was invaded by aliens and they took all my stuff and they said they were working for, like, Trump, so we need to assassinate him. Like, I could just say any crazy thing, and it's just, like, if it has to do with rape, then all of a sudden the guy's going to get, like, attacked on social media. So it's like, that's a really, like, extreme, crazy example. But I see how it can start to make guys nervous. But at the moment, I kind of don't care because the people it's hitting are all these people that, these politicians and these elites that were, like, perfectly fine with, even if it was, like, being brought up to them over and over again, like activists and, like the actual left and the populist. I think just populist, because it's like I don't know if I believe that there's such thing as a populist right, because it's really just like there's conservatives. I won't get into that, but like watching how this is going down is just, I'm just sitting back and relaxing because I'm seeing this kind of like what is it? Almost like romantic, whimsical, like when, as if somebody wrote it, like it's playing out in such a way that it's, I I don't know if ironic is the right word. I think it's the right word, where it's like you expect one thing to happen, and then it's like the total opposite happens, or like, you know, the person who's like the politicians. Okay, I'll give an example, and somebody can tell me what this is, where I feel like it's karma, but there's a lot of people who don't believe in karma because, like, bad things happen to good people. But anyway, okay, so you have, for example, Roy Moore was, like, denying all these gay people marriage rights and harassing them and stuff, saying that they were perverts, and then all this stuff comes out about him being a pervert, hanging out at malls and getting banned from them. You have Al Franken, who's, like, being a super feminist guy, talking about, oh, you guys shouldn't do this to women, and then Weinstein was doing the same thing, and then it turns out they were both doing horrible stuff to women. Then you have Trump, you know, talking about, like, rapists and bringing drugs over and blah, 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 and right now his, like, Panama resort is being investigated for money laundering for drugs. Because, like, these things, like, it's like all of these people who are throwing, like, I'm watching, it's like over and over and over again, these media establishment people kept throwing these accusations of rape at, like, Julian Assange and calling him this terrible, horrible person. And then all this stuff keeps coming up on them about, like, what terrible, horrible people they are. So I have no, I feel like I should care that, like, there's, like, a bit of, like, hysteria over it, that people are getting really worked up and it's becoming somewhat of a witch hunt. But watching all of these elites, like, backstab each other and leak on each other and you know, like, tear each other apart is just, like, it's very satisfying. Like, I'm just sitting back, like, feel the burn. Burning Tulsi 2020. Yeah. So that's just my thoughts right now.
I love it, Steph.
You still there, Tim?
I don't know what you call it. Good up for Stephanie, y'all. The rooster's coming home to roost. What's done in the dark comes to light. I don't know what you call it, but it's happening. It's going down, sis. So I appreciate what you do. And by the way, guys, Steph is an amazing artist. She's got some great artwork. Carmen Steffiago. And she's a moderator in my chat room. She really helps out, man. She's great. Give it up for Steph, guys. And my whole wolf pack, by the way. The entire wolf pack. That's right. My people, my peoples. I appreciate y'all. 704. You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, Tim, this is Bruce from Carolina. What's going on, Mike?
Bruce in the house, man. What's up, Bruce?
Nothing. One of your earlier callers was definitely right on the point, because it seems like ever since the Democrats tried to basically make the Republicans the only group of people that touch women inappropriately, this shit seemed to really basically been like a slingshot full of shit and just hit them right back in the face. Because we've been losing, like, people on the left all day and all night. And I was just taking a peek at one of your fellow YouTubers, Hard Bastards, Twitter feed.
Okay.
And he posted something recently showing Jordan Sheraton of TYT faces sexual allegations from reporter Carly Hammond. And I was reading through it, and it's some pretty freaky shit, dude. You got to get up on this. There's, like, 2 girls having sex in a hot tub, and they had, like, this one girl, Carly Hammond, who was basically married, and they were in a hotel room, and she was about to go to sleep, and she woke up, and the 2 girls were kissing on her, and then Jordan joined in, and it's all just all types of freaky shit, dude. Actually, interesting enough, it was posted on the Huffington Post, but then they later turned it down, or took it down. The reason, from what the writer of the actual post is saying, is that it's because if enough people report the post, then it's possible they could have took it down for that reason, to avoid controversy. But it doesn't mean that the allegations weren't false. Now, here's the funny thing. Jordan Sheraton, and by the way, the guy who wrote the article actually worked for that TATM group that he owns,
right.
something against the machine or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, you have a person that worked there who wrote the report, and then he's mentioned that there were a couple people who were willing to come forward to mention it as well. In addition to that, Jordan Sheridan doesn't deny that they had an intimate encounter, but he's saying that it was mutual. Like, we haven't heard that shit before. I find this interesting because on 2 points. One, if this is true, this is a big fucking kick in the ass to QIT. They're going to have to do something about this. You can't have this out here and that be possibly legitimate, and then you still, like, you know, promote this guy. You got to get rid of him. You got to go. You said all this shit about Trump. You said all this shit about, you know, Republicans and the people on the left. If you're one of your people are doing it, they got to go. And the other side is, if she's lying, then this is one of those things where eventually that, you know, this is what kills certain movement, because if there's a situation possible where there could be fabrication, then that kind of puts doubt into other people's minds, like, well, if she's lying, then what about those bitches with Rob Moore and so forth and so forth? They just use it. I figured I'd bring it up just so that, you know, if you see it on Alex Jones or some shit in the next coming weeks, you know where it probably came from. But yeah, like, the whole sexual harassment thing is, it's a power thing. It doesn't matter if you're a senator or you own a fucking McDonald's. At the end of the day, you know, people have a tendency to take advantage of people because they have the ability to control their lives. And this is why we need, you know, better regulation, better oversight in reference to people who have power, especially with, like, senators. Like, I didn't even know that we've spent $15 million of our own tax money paying for sexual harassment suits. What the fuck, dude? Really? I pay $15 million of our tax money goes to paying off sexual harassment suits and allegations. They're legal fees, basically.
Gosh.
We deserve to have the names. We deserve those names. If I pay for your lawsuit, I deserve your goddamn name. Give me your name. So, and then you got that other guy, Tom Lamas. Did you see that video?
Tom Lamas.
Seriously, I almost saw him running down the stairs trying to get away from the reporter.
No, I don't know that. No, I haven't seen that. No.
No, dude, there was a video of, like, a CNN reporter, like, talking to Tom Lamas. He was a senator that was supporting Roy Moore.
Okay.
And, like, he didn't want to answer it because, like, he was, like, going down a flight of stairs. I thought the motherfucker was going to bust a calf muscle because he was, like, shooting. I thought he was skipping steps. He was just like, well, and I give the reporter mad props because I would have fell and busted my ass trying to keep up with that senator because he was not trying to answer that question. He did not want to deal with it. But here's the problem, though. They need more Republicans because if they get more Republicans, then they'll have less need to have to bring in, you know, get Democratic support for anything. And we've gotten so horrible with our politics that, yeah, I can see why people would not believe the news. Because as much lies has been told from the right, there have been equally as many lies that's been told on the left. So at the end of the day, you don't know who to believe. So that's basically how you end up in these situations. If one side could actually tell the fucking truth without droning off into, like, their own fantasy land and echo chambers, and then using people like Trevor Martin, or not Trevor Martin,
Trevor Noah.
Yeah, that Trevor, whatever guy from The Daily Show, and Stephen Colbert, and all these, the people from, like, those morning shows to basically spread propaganda, and that bitch Samantha Bee. Maybe we would have more of ability to believe you and not believe that some of it's fake news. Because a lot of it is. It's just propaganda. And if they don't fix that, they're going to continue to lose.
Wow. Well, look, Bruce, man, I appreciate the update. Gosh. Yeah. Yes. Look, bruh, like, I've been DM'd about the Jordan Sheridan allegations several times since it first broke. So, yeah, I'm aware of what the allegations are, and it's horrific, man. It's horrific. If what is alleged is true, it's horrific. If what is alleged is not true, it's also horrific. And I do not condone in any way, shape, or form, you know, sexual assault, man, or getting any. Like, come on, man. Like, who would? What decent? I got daughters, kids. I got daughters, mothers, wife. Come on, guys. I don't know how you get to the bottom of it. They say they have an investigator currently. Jordan is on leave, administrative leave from TYT, and hopefully it'll be resolved and the investigation will have a report. I don't know. Thank you for the phone call, Bruce, and I agree. There's so many lies on the left, so many lies on the right. It's just very confusing. In fact, a fan, a follower on Twitter, responded to one of my tweets about the tax plan, and I was saying how these cuts, in order to make more profits for people on the top, what's going to happen is it's going to increase the deficit, which will trigger cuts that need to be made other places because of the deficit. We have which is called a pay-go system. It's a mandate in place which automatically kicks off that says, okay, once you increase the deficit by a certain amount in a given year, these deductions have to happen. And the CBO estimates that $25 billion will be taken out of Medicare. And her response was, well, Rand Paul supports it. So since Rand Paul supports it, I don't think what the CBO is saying is true, because I believe in Rand Paul, and as bad as things are, man, I got to believe in somebody. And as much as I disagree with her because, don't believe in anyone to that extent, I see her point of view. I sympathize for her. Because it's like, I don't know who to believe. I don't know, and I understand that. It is a frustration going on with a lot of people, Bruce. No talk, no joke. It's bad. And it's I don't know. Can it be, I'd like to know, can it be fixed? I mean, can it be fixed? Once trust is gone, it takes a whole lot to bring it back. You know what I mean? Like, woo. All right, 626. You live on Freedom Friday? Hey, how you doing? Hello, you live.
Is this me?
Yeah, that's you. How you doing?
Oh shit! Hey Tim. Hey man.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Justin. I'm from LA, and I wanted to share something about. Once upon a time, I wanted to be an actor. Okay, I've tried to be an actor for years, and I have my own story about like sexual harassment and stuff in Hollywood. It's nothing too vulgar, mind you, but I just wanted to know if that was something you'd be interested in.
Sure, man.
I think it's an interesting story.
Absolutely. Justin.
All right. So, I never really did anything that went past, I never did anything huge. Let's put it that way. I was doing all of the motions to try to get myself out there, and one of them is this thing called actors showcases. And what those are, you audition for or in front of big representation. These are people that can take and make you essentially overnight, right?
Wow.
And I went there with my manager at the time, and I was just there to observe. I wasn't actually participating. And then this is in the hills of Hollywood, right next to Warner Brothers Studios, giant complex over there, and lots of rich people. And one of the guys who was running the organization, he was a board member for the SAG-AFTRA union, an old guy. And I took a break. I stepped away. I went into the bathroom. And then next thing I know, this guy followed me in. And it's total Hollywood cliche. And, the point of sharing this is to kind of validate, verify, and reaffirm the kind of stuff that's out there, especially for, like, up-and-comer people. This guy he's on my shoulder, comes over my shoulder, and he's looking down. I'm at the urinal. It's like, hey, so I like what you're working with. He says, I froze up. And, I'm kind of I can get angry, like there was a compulsion inside of me to like throw this guy into the wall, but at the same time, you know that if you even touch this guy, you will go to jail forever, because this guy he had way too much money. He's a prominent member in SAG. He has their lawyer representation. They would lock me up forever. So I didn't know what to do. And, eventually, after not saying anything, he just left. As he was on his way out, he's like, I have the power to make you a star overnight. Total Hollywood cliche. And so I tried to grab my manager. My manager's a big guy, giant guy. I didn't tell him anything. I just, hey, can we go? He's like, no, I want you to meet some more people. And everybody was, this was a barbecue at this point. We were eating after all of the auditions with all these Hollywood people. And he's like, I want you to meet this guy. As it so happens, it was the guy that approached me in the bathroom. And so I already, I was like, no, let's go sit somewhere else. Like, no, you have to really meet this guy. And so I sit down, and then, I really wish I could remember his name. But he brings up what he did, how he approached me in the bathroom. And then he's got his little lackeys, they were all my age. It was like in my early 20s at the time. And they nervously laugh. They're looking around. They're obviously uncomfortable. He brings it up like a joking matter. And my manager looks to me. He's like, all right, let's go. And so that was the day where I decided to get back into school. And leading up to that, I met several people. Some who exploited that, and beautiful women who, when we were on set or whatever, would approach like the oldest, pervious-looking producer they could find, and attempt to make moves. And some of them did make their moves. Got jobs working for like Keller Williams Realty, or got commercial deals or whatever. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Wow, brother. One thought is, man, thank you so much for calling up and sharing that story. Wow.
Yeah.
Justin, man, I'll tell you, man, I'm glad you went back to school. I'm glad you went back to school, and I'm hoping that you're doing something that you get enjoyment from, fulfillment from, because you understand what many people don't understand, like the price to pay in the system that we exist under, what these systems, what's in place. Like, that wasn't a new thing. Like, that guy, you weren't the first person, I'm sure, that this guy, made moves on. And I also like the fact that you pointed out that it worked the other way too, something that we won't hear much talk about, but that women manipulate these guys, but I don't know. Those women are operating in a system where you can either be the aggressor or be on the menu. So I don't equate the two. But I'm not saying that was your suggestion. I'm just saying, now that I think about it, I would like people to look at it from that perspective that, yeah, if a woman says, okay, this guy's a scumbag, probably, see what I can get out the scumbag. The solution is not to say she's horrible because she's going to manipulate a scumbag. The solution is not having scumbags. You know what I'm saying? We don't need scumbags. I'll tell you, man, I've always been, it's because the way I was raised, and a lot of people know I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and it served me well in some cases not so much. I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. I tend to look for the best in people. And there's a lot of people out there like that. I'm like not the only one, you know what I'm saying? But I had to kind of get up to speed really quick on how people who didn't have to go to church 3 and 4 days a week operate their lives. You know what I'm saying? And my thing has always been, I've been always been overly formal with people, like always, you know. And then when so anyway, that's my story. I'll just say, we got some predators, and it's not just Hollywood. It's people all over. I worked in government contracting. There were people trying to give people positions, and you can get a contract. You can be a consultant, and there's always that level of whatever going on. Dirty, scummy stuff happening. All right? It's just that most professions where these people do it, they're not also the same people who are wagging their finger at you telling you you're not liberal enough or you don't have the right values. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm going to go to the next call, man. I appreciate it, Justin. Great phone call, man. Excellent call. 920, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Tim? It's Riley from Wisconsin.
Hey, how you doing? Good to hear from you.
It's going. I love the comedy setup, the stand-up. You're killing it, and I can tell you're having fun. So that's all that really matters, right?
Yeah, it is. No, it matters that people kind of laugh too. Like you do it, so hopefully people will kind of laugh too. But yeah, I'm having fun, man. I'm getting comfortable. Yeah. Thank you, brother.
So I kind of gave up on paying attention to everything that's happening. Like in my world that I live in, the Democrats and the Republicans are two sides of the same coin. So the government controls, or corporations control the government, period. Like, that's the world I live in. So combining that with the fact that I believe Russia, that whole narrative is just complete bullshit, like, that's my starting point for my reality. What I want to talk about is the fact that Saudi Arabia just gave citizenship to an artificial robot. Did you hear about that?
No. What Saudi Arabia did? What now?
No,
artificial robots.
They gave citizenship to an artificial robot, like some female robot. They gave citizenship to, and I saw this and I thought it was like some bullshit, fake article. So I actually looked it up, and from what I saw or looked up, this is legit. So in my mind, this is scary precedent, and what this sets like moving forward on like a big scale for society and human life, like 20, 30, 50, 100 years down the road. That's terrifying. So I wanted to get your thought on that.
God damn, man. Citizenship to a piece of metal.
One more thing. All like the current shit that's happening that like I don't even really pay attention to because it's a waste of my energy, basically. I look at everything as like this country, like a giant zip that just kept building up, and now it's just oozing out. So everything's just kind of being revealed, and it looks nasty, but it's necessary. Yeah, that's all I got.
Hey, man, I appreciate the phone call. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look. This is Saudi Arabia. Can women drive cars yet? Seriously. Are women allowed to drive cars? Are they allowed to travel alone? I wonder if the robot can. So you mean a piece of metal or, I don't know, Teflon, whatever you make robots out of, right, has more rights than an actual living, breathing human being passes life through their body. Saudi Arabia, you are backwards as hell. You're fucked up. That's real talk. That's real talk. I haven't heard that. I thank you for the phone call, my friend. 434. Mystical Carter and Nambi. What's up? How y'all doing?
What's up, man? I'm rolling solo tonight, but what's up, Tim? How you doing, man? It's been a long time coming.
Hey, man. What's going on, man? I saw you out there. Man, I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Look, man, they out here acting a damn fool around these parts around here. They act like they done lost all common sense, all humanity. Shout out to the last caller, baby, but your biggest concern is that a robot is, oh my God, I can't I can't even do it. I can't even crack a joke on it because, oh my God, a robot. That's your biggest concern. All the foolery we got going around on this planet Earth. And you worried about a robot being able to drive and take your rice and deliver pizza. And by the way, you know, that is going to become a thing in the United States. They're making robots to be able to deliver your pizza. Now, me personally, I could care less as long as the motherfuckers don't hit nobody, don't blow no shit up. But for the hacker factor, I'll say it like that, for the hacker factor, that might be a slight issue. Because, see, people around here, they forgot how, Tim, you said a long time ago, you know, common sense ain't common no more. And then I followed you when I said that, you know, humanity don't give two F's. So there needs to be some common ground. Like, y'all done messed around and let this fool. You already know I'm going with this. Y'all done messed around and let this fool get into this position of power, and he don't give two F's either. That's the problem. When he can tweet and get on the media, and the media just, you know, kisses his boots and just walks along spreading fake news, and they just... That's a problem, bro.
It is a problem, man. Definitely a problem.
That's a problem. These people, they forgot how to care for each other out this piece. But you know what? I'm gonna leave that alone because, you know, every now and again, see, people forget we live on Mother Earth, and I don't care who you pray to. All 5,000 of them, archangels, God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, I don't give a shit. Every now and again, Mother Earth shakes you up a little bit. And people want to pretend that we haven't affected this ecosystem. And they call it, you know, global warming, or, you know, the fake global warming crisis. Al Gore, you know, tried to warn these people a couple years ago. You remember, Tim? We both the same age, you know,
Climate
damn
change.
near.
Yeah, they called it climate change and had to walk it back. Yeah.
Right. And see, they forgot that, see, when you're dealing with something that made you, just like, see, Tim, we both black, and I know a lot of your audience is white, and, you know, I don't hate on nobody. Welcome. Enjoy you. Love you to death. But see, black folks got certain sayings that y'all might not be used to hearing. See, when me and Tim was growing up, Mom and Daddy used to say, I brought you in this world. Go ahead and finish it, Tim.
I take you out.
I take your ass out. And y'all can keep playing around with this global warming stuff. Mother Earth is shaking our asses the fuck out. And you don't want none of them problems. You don't want zero, you ain't got 0 dimes in your pocket to pay that tab. So y'all better call your local constituents and your senators and whoever will pay attention. Look, man, the last time I checked, we ain't got nowhere to go.
Nah.
So y'all can keep bullshitting all you want to.
Look, man,
unless you know something I don't know. We ain't got no other Earths to go to, so y'all better fix this shit.
I love it, man. I gotta leave it there, Mystical, man. I appreciate you,
All
man.
right, Tim. I love you, baby. You
My
love
brother.
me, man.
My brother. That's right, man. That is a saying I grew up off, man. My mom, you're right. Can't lie. And that's something, man, we connected, like, black folks are connected in this culture of how we were raised and certain things that were said. And, yeah. I brought you in this world, I take you out. That is very common black parent saying. I don't care where you come from. If you grew up in like the 70s through the 90s, like I'm thinking it was that, like that era. You heard that at some point. I don't care if you grew up in Indiana or D.C. or New York or Missouri or Philly or whatever. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of Earths to go to. You know, the wealthy going to be fine, though. Know that. The wealthy will be fine. 503. You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you. How you doing, 503?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, this is Vincent.
Hey, Vincent, what's up, man? My brother.
Hey, what's going on? One quick thing I want to go before I actually start, like, the stuff I kind of want to mention. We for real got to fix this shit. It's like, shit's unreal. I'm not going to lie. Every day when I keep seeing stuff about, like, the most recent thing with the pipeline, I'm like, are you serious right now? I seriously say that when I keep seeing stuff like this, because they're just not getting it, or they're you know, they are paid to not get it. But I just can't believe the money that was made from the trees that are from the thing that is killing us, the thing, you know, it's fucking money made from the trees, man. It's like, you want to keep making that money, you got to be good to the earth. But it's like, I can't believe it. But anyway, yeah, we for real gotta, you know, we gotta stop this shit. This isn't a game. This isn't a game. This is something we gotta fix real soon. But something that I want to kind of talk about that hit me earlier this week. So I'm taking a political science class, and I'm also taking a few other classes. But in one of those classes, I actually have to write a speech, a persuasive speech. And my topic is to why we have to get money out of politics. And, you know, I was talking to the professor about it and all that stuff. So, you know, he could help me out with whatever. I could ask him questions and all that stuff. And when I mentioned that to him, he gave me a funny look. And he's an older gentleman. So he kind of gave me a funny look. And he's like, get money out or get money in politics? And at that moment, I was like, no, get it out. And at that moment, I was like, I feel like he's kind of like the fish that's in the water, and you ask him, hey, how's the water doing? And the fish is like, what you talking about? Water? Kind of like that, you know? Wow. So it hit me that some of the older folks may not really, like, understand that concept of getting money out of politics. And that kind of scares me, you know? Wow. that genuinely scares me, because it's like, it's a real issue, and you know, the mainstream media isn't going to be covering it, and they're too busy, you know, blaming Russia for everything, and you know, playing the party line. And we all know how bad Trump is. We all know how bad the Republicans are. Their tax bill, the health care bill, the things. It's just like fucking. You know, we all know how bad it is, but it's like money in politics is the root of the issue, you know? Yeah, I was really astonished that he kind of just gave me this weird look. I'm like, what are you talking about, money in politics? Like, don't you need money in politics? Like, we need more money in it? And I was like, man, are you serious right now? But anyways, that's just one thing. The second thing I want to mention is the whole sexual assault thing. Because, you know, it's the hot topic. But I was talking with my sister about this, and one of the things that I never really thought about, I have in the past, but it didn't occur to me until that conversation I was having with her, where she was like, well, at what point do you actually say, well, this person is denying that they did sexual assault or whatever, but at what point are you going to say, like, oh, like, I genuinely didn't do it, so you're going to believe them? Because it's kind of like, at this point, it's like all the Hollywood stars and stuff, like, at this point, they're all allegations, correct?
True.
So at what point are we going to be saying, like, oh, he's being for real, like, this woman is, just kind of, like, trying to get money? So it's kind of like, at what point do you start to kind of believe? Because I feel like with this sexual assault train that's been going on, it seems kind of, I don't know, seems kind of suspicious to me. And that's just me. I'm not downplaying the act of sexual assault or anything. It's a horrible thing. Don't do it. I feel like that's just logical. Just don't fucking do sexual assault. Just like, you don't kill anybody. You don't steal people's money. You don't do that shit. It's not right. But I'm not condoning any of that. I'm just saying, like, at what point are you going to be saying, this person is being for real. I didn't sexually assault anybody. This person is lying or whatever. And maybe it's because they haven't come out and said that directly. But, yeah, that's just something I've been kind of thinking about. I hope you're doing well, Tim. And happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. I hope you're doing well, man.
Hey, man, I am. I hope you're doing well, brother. I appreciate the phone call. And you're right. It's, I would say this, I would hope that no one makes any false allegations. It would damage a lot of good people. And I'm not just talking about the person that you are accusing. I'm talking about the spillover effect on other people who come out and start naming potential perpetrators. So, like, if you come out and you're lying, you're going to really make a lot of doubt. A cloud of doubt will rain down on other people who may not deserve that. So that's what's so dangerous about false allegations. It's not just the person, that one person. Of course, if you're that one person and you're being wrongly accused, that's got to suck more than anything on earth, right? That's got to be horrible. Horrible, hell on earth, right? Feeling like you got to try to, how do you disprove or prove a negative or disprove? Like, that's, but I'm beyond that. I'm talking about how this affects other people who come out, who are telling the truth about a perpetrator or an aggressor or whatever, a predator or whatever, and now they're not believed because you put doubt into the discourse. So that's what's so wrong about people making false allegations. And it's a horrible thing. I think it's still somewhat rare, and I'm going to leave that there. 313, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Tim. This is Laura.
Laura.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, Laura. How you doing?
Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, okay. I was just, I've been thinking about, I've been wondering about all these sexual allegations and, things like that. And I'm wondering, in some ways, why this is all being put out there right now. Like, to me, I'm always thinking everything's a distraction. And I was thinking the last time we had any kind of sexual, this kind of thing coming out was with Anthony Weiner. I was, in the currently, I was thinking how during the, during the healthcare debates, I remember he kept pushing for single payer, and they kept shutting him up. Pelosi kept telling him to shut up, basically. And finally he got her to say that he would have a vote, that she would take a vote on it, on single payer. Then the next thing we hear about him and, all his phone, how he was showing taking pictures of his thing and sending them to some woman. And I was thinking, then the next thing, that was the first time I heard of Debbie Wasserman. And I remember she immediately said, he's got to resign. I'm thinking, oh my God, he's the only one for single payer. What he did was stupid, but to me, exhibitionism is like low-level sexual assault. or whatever I wouldn't call it assault, but it's a low-level sexual crime, exhibitionism. I mean, it used to be, it was the guy in the raincoat, back in the day, 60s, 70s, whenever it was. It's the guy in the raincoat opening up his raincoat and showing people his stuff. But I don't know. It's just something bothering me about, all this stuff is wrong. People shouldn't be doing this. Even like about, the guy, what's his name, Weinstein? Yeah, but it doesn't sound like he physically or sexually, he made people watch him. To me, it's all like low-level sexual assault. Or I keep saying assault, but I don't call it's not really assault, but it's a low-level sexual crime, And I just feel like somehow they're distracting us in some way, because this is like all over the news and everybody's running around saying, yeah, he did this, and I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I'm wondering what's really going on.
Assault, but it's a low-level sexual crime.
So, my goodness, I
just feel like somehow they're distracting.
Wait a second, I'm trying to turn my thing. I had to turn you back on.
Right.
I'm listening to you on the phone.
Right.
But anyway, I see a lot of this stuff. Even like I heard someone mention Colin Kaepernick, and this is kind of off now. But you know what? To me, when I see them doing to him, they just want to shut him down. To me, he's showing his power, his might. His like the power of the people. He's showing it. They don't like it. They want to shut him down. That to me is what I see in Colin Kaepernick. And then like the only person that to me, I know some of these sexual assault things are. I'm sure they're valid. And just like, I heard like Terry Crews, he went to the police. It's like, that's what makes sense. When I heard about like that Weinstein and that woman says, I went to HR, he raped you and you went to HR, I'm thinking that doesn't make any sense. You should have gone to the police. You don't report it to HR. That's a high level. That's a real sexual crime, rape. But anyway, it's just kind of bugging me because I keep thinking, what's going on here? Why is this all over the news? Something else has got to be going on. They're not talking about health care anymore. They're not talking about gun control. People are still getting shot. And the last shooting, it seemed like it hardly made the news. And I don't know. That's kind of what I got on my mind, and I don't know. Well, that was like I was saying about Weinstein, or
90 seconds.
Anthony Weiner. They shut that whole single payer thing down. Oh, and I guess I didn't finish what I was saying about Wasserman. I was so mad at her. I thought, what the heck? She wants to get rid of the one guy that wants single payer, but he's a pig, obviously. Some of the stuff he's done, and all of them are. They're very boorish people, and I don't know.
60 seconds.
Laura, I appreciate the phone call,
That's kind of what I was
Laura.
thinking.
I appreciate you, Laura, for the phone call. And Laura says, hey, what's going on with all this happening all of a sudden? Why is this coming out now? What's the deal? All right, Laura. So look, these are just theories, right? I do not put it past media to latch on to stories that benefit their pocketbook, and I think these stories do get people clicking and watching and viewing. I also try to caution people to tell them that there's a million stories happening every day. If you went into this, what I do, you'd realize there's so much to talk about.
10 seconds.
That never gets talked about. Like every day there's sexual assault. You could focus on it. You can make that your career of just covering domestic abuse, sex assaults, and you would be busy as hell. You'd be as busy as I was doing Bernie run in 2016. So whatever you want to focus on is there. The fact that they don't focus on these issues more often, that's really, to me, the question. Right? That's really the question. Now, when you brought up Anthony Weiner, you brought up a very good point as well. You know, with Harvey Weinstein, let's just tie these two together. Harvey Weinstein and Anthony Weiner. Anthony Weiner, you said he was, did you meet Anthony Weiner? Or maybe you did. I don't know why I'm thinking about Spitzer. Okay, but Anthony Weiner. So they do this thing called opposition research. They did it on Trump with the dossier, right? That's what they do. They hire people to go out and get information and dirt on someone. Dossier, I think they fabricated dirt as well, right? Okay, I think we kind of agree on that. That could happen to anyone. They can go out, get dirt on you, and bring it back. If you're important enough, somebody can hire investigators to tarnish you to make you look horrible and shed a light on the things you did in your life that weren't so great and leave everything else out. That's opposition research. Harvey Weinstein, we know he hired Israelis. He hired Israelis, spies, to go after victims to shut them up. So be a little, I'm just suggesting maybe you should be a little bit more even-handed about the women who came forward about Harvey Weinstein, because he went to lengths to shut people down and keep them from talking. Like, okay, I did this to this person. I don't want this to come back on me. Get some dirt on this person. Now we'll shut them up. You know, whatever they've done in their lives, we're going to put that out. If you talk about me, we already got you dead to rights. We got a folder on you. And we'll release that and destroy your credibility, your life. So, yeah, that's what I think. Next call in the house. 215. You're live on Freedom Friday.
Hi.
Who's this?
All right. Hey, Tim. This is Brian. I've been on your show a couple of other times. I run a YouTube channel called Darth Boy, and I've been wondering if maybe I could maybe email you about maybe coming to my channel or something.
Yeah, email me, man. Tim at TimBlackTV.com.
Tim at
TimBlackTV.com. What's your channel about, bro?
Right. Political, random movie talks, videos of my hamster, stuff like that.
Okay.
But I mostly do political videos because I've always been fascinated by politics. And I've been watching your show recently, especially those sellouts I've been getting into rather recently. It's a very solid, entertaining show. There was something kind of interesting I wanted to bring up to you. One, about people bringing up the whole Harvey Weinstein thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to say, Harvey Weinstein's just an evil piece of shit. Like, to silence your victims like that, to use spies, to waste okay, legitimately, you're wasting spies' time to get dirt on the women you've preyed on. If there's any justice in the world, I hope that son of a bitch gets a life sentence or something, somehow. But it probably isn't. There was also something else. It was recently I went to an anti-fascist rally in Philly, and I got a ton of photography during that event. But the one thing that was interesting is during the event, I interviewed a white supremacist. And during that interview, there were so many revealing things. One, these people are just freaking nuts. They live in a completely different realm of reality. Second, it really brought up my own sense of white privilege, because I'm Jewish, but apparently I wasn't quote-unquote too Jewish for this white supremacist asshole. And it was just hearing what this guy said was it was offensive, obviously, but it was also how does someone get to a point where they despise so many different people, yet refuse to acknowledge the flaws in their own ideology. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
It's just like, it's beyond hard. And I'm also going to be posting that video along with an entire different, along with a bunch of other videos put together. It's an hour-long thing. I guess I also just wanted to ask, how do you feel about, like, just taking sources from... No, wait, that's not the question. Okay. Recently, there's been a lot of people going against Julian Assange because he allegedly colluded with Trump. Even though I'm sure you read Caitlin Johnstone's article about debunking the Atlantic article, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I was also around when he made it very obvious that he tried to get the tax returns of Donald Trump. That was public knowledge.
I mean...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. When I read Caitlin's article, it's like I had the Atlantic article and then her article pinned, and then I did a back-to-back read. And I realized what Caitlin went into was how messed up the mainstream press can be. Like, I took a journalism course. The whole point of journalism is you're supposed to just give people the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And when you distort and use certain punctuation points, like to mislead people, that distorts and can discredit someone like that. And it always seems like these people want to take down Julian Assange because he gets the dirt on them. And then people are like, Julian Assange is a Russian stooge. If he's a Russian stooge, then why the hell would he leak Russia's spy agency? You know, like the tactics they use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, a quick question about the your email. It's I got Tim at TimBlack. What is it? .com?
TV.com. TimBlackTV.com, my brother.
TV.com. Okay.
There you go.
Is it all capital or lowercase?
Doesn't even matter, man. Use whatever case you want to use, man. Look, I appreciate the phone call. I'll look to the email, man. I don't usually turn down going on anybody's show or podcast, bro. It doesn't matter how many subscribers or whatever. As long as you're serious about what you're doing, and hopefully you've been doing it for some time, man. Those are the only criteria, you know, because people need to stick in it, stick to it. But yeah, man, hit me up and we'll talk, man. And you're right about Julian Assange, man. Like, these people, dude, if you are a follower or if you have paid any attention to WikiLeaks, you'll know there's a lot of people that are enemies that would consider Julian Assange a threat, all right? So you got to know that going in when anytime someone makes, accusations against Julian Assange or assertions. You got to know the guy is a threat to the system. WikiLeaks is the threat to the system. What would powers that be do to a threat? They try to discredit it, try to eliminate it, remove it from existence. So I feel that anybody who buys into the allegations about Julian Assange, they really don't know what WikiLeaks is about, nor have they done any homework, and that's going to be very few people because, in my experience, the people that appreciate Julian Assange and whistleblowers in general, when we talk, we're not just talking about Julian Assange, we're talking about whistleblowers all over, right? It's not just about him. These people who pay attention to whistleblowers, support whistleblowers, they realize what they're up against and what they put at risk. So I don't think that's going to be effective. Those type of tactics not going to work as well as they think, and he's going to still have support, and so will all whistleblowers from those who are informed. That's what I think about that, bro. That's right. 718, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, you mean me?
That is you. Yes. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, man. How are you? I like your show, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me talk to you for the first time, man.
Sure, man.
There's something I do want to bring up, in Circa News. You want to hear this? This is about the deputy FBI director named Andrew McCabe, who is pretty much, I think, under investigation or maybe stepped aside. I don't know much about that, but with his personal vendetta against the former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, the fact that he retaliated against him along with some FBI employees who sexually discriminated a former special FBI agent named Robin Gritz just because she's just a female, or I don't know what that is, but I do notice that they just literally sexually discriminated her. I mean, this was an interesting article. I mean, if you or H.A. Goodman were live together, I would have brung this up to you, but which I did now. But also, yeah, that sort of thing. And the thing about him against Michael Flynn with this retaliation against him about the Robin Gritz is because he possibly violated Hatch Act or whatever. And also the thing with that dirty cop bastard named Robin Mueller, he is a filthy, dirty cop along with his team, and not to realize his team possibly violated the constitutional right of Paul Manafort, despite the fact that pleaded not guilty, even though he is under house arrest, and also he'll have a trial next year on May the 18th, I believe, or something. But also, it's not only that Michael Flynn is being possibly indicted by Mueller's team or something, or questioning about his lobbying with Turkey, but they're also going after his son too, Michael Flynn Jr., even though despite the fact that his son and him go on RT or whatever, the Russian propaganda network that was under Farah, and now Russia gives the American media a taste of their own medicine by scheduling the American news medias as foreign agents, just like what they did with RT America. And also another thing is that that you notice that for Michael Flynn, not only he was just a national security advisor on the Trump administration, but he was also the director of intelligence agency in the Obama administration from 2012 and 14, but apparently he was fired or whatever. And also, and the thing what I also noticed is that him with RT or whatever, I'm surprised that this media and everything always makes it an issue now. And the thing with him is that the reason he just left the National Security Council, because as we all kind of know, it was a leak, not even close to a Russian story, despite the fact about him speaking to Sergei Kislyak. And it's not only that if Trump's team were just also the ones speaking to Russians,
right.
Also Clinton's team did too, since Dmitry Peskov, who was the spokesman for Vladimir Putin, however, spoke to Russian officials too, even though Trump's team has to be the target, because this was more likely, how you say, a leak gate, which is,
Yes.
surveillance of his team that's been, leaked to the press and possibly violated the federal law. And then this was like a quick assassination, because this is the deep state's bloodthirsty revenge just because he won the magic number 270, since the intelligence community admitted that no votes were altered and tallied. They just want to keep this up because they're just bloodthirsty for war. That's what they want. War with the world's biggest country that's 1,000 nukes away from us. And that's the thing with them. They're just animals. Bloodthirsty animals that just want world order.
I hear you, man. That's a hell of a call. That's my
Thanks,
brother.
man.
I gotta leave it there,
I mean,
man.
I thought I just.
I gotta leave it there, man. That's 5 minutes, but I appreciate your phone call. Yeah, man. The selective outrage of the people calling Russia, Russia, Russia. They don't realize that a lot of people do business with Russia. It's a major fucking entity. What? That in itself is not collusion, nor is it like trading of secrets. A lot of people do business with Russia and China and all these. Like, if you're a big player in the game, you do business internationally. The Clintons did business with Russia. Obama did business with Russia. But no one's looking at them. No one's looking. Do you understand if the goal to find information on one person, say be it Trump, if that's your focus, you're gonna, Russia did not sway our elections. Period. The $2 billion that media gave Trump, we can solve that. We can look right at that and know. We can count it. You know how much money. We've got it there to rights. We know who ordered it. Like, why are we looking domestically at the things in our system that were done that were illegal or unethical? We don't need to go to war. We don't need to put sanctions on anyone. Won't we look, because we don't really care about the system being fucking fair. What we care about is getting rid of Trump. What we care about is a news cycle. Because if you really want to care about our election process and all the pieces that moved to make this what it is, that puts us at this place we are right now, if you really cared about that, you would not need to be looking overseas. You wouldn't need to be doing any of that. $2 billion. $2 billion. All right. And 347, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from? 347.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello?
Hey, you're live on Freedom Friday. This is Tim Black. What's your name?
Are you talking? Wait, am I on the air? This is Jacob.
Hey, Jacob. What's on your mind tonight, Jacob?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was on the air. Okay, yeah. Well, this is my first time calling.
My brother, Jacob. Give it up for Jacob. First time calling, man. All right,
okay.
Jacob. What's on your mind
Here's
tonight,
the thing,
brother?
right? Wait, am I coming? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. What I wanted to say was I think there's way too much talking about like stuff that we already know, in terms of, who's running things and what's going on in the world. And there's not enough time spent on what's going to be our collective response to it, meaning what is the plan of action. So I developed a proposal for my own plan of action, but I always like to hear other people discuss it. But I noticed that people haven't thought about it. Like, what are the concrete steps that are going to take us from the way things are today to the vision of the way the world can be, that we all know, filled with love and wisdom. So let me ask you a question. What do you feel is the number one thing that's stopping, that is preventing we the people from actually implementing all the wonderful creative solutions we already have? What would your answer be?
I don't have an answer to that question, but I would reframe it and say, what are some things that we would like to change? And then we kind of dissect what those changes are. And there's so many things that we want to change. I mean, to every person is going to be a different response. Some people want to change. Listen, Jacob. Some people want to change environmental issues. They're mostly concerned. Like, there's so many things that are wrong that you can have as many, if you put 100 people in a room, they could all have a different issue that they want to champion. There's not one particular thing.
No, but we all want the same thing in the end. We all want peace, love, joy, happiness, creativity,
truth. That's not a thing, brother.
We all want the same thing.
Jacob, that's not a thing.
So the question is,
That is not a thing. That is not a thing.
In response
Love,
to the question
peace,
that
and
I gave to
happiness
you,
is not a thing,
the only
brother.
thing that's standing in the way of we the people is the police and the military. It's nothing else. It's not money. It's not
What about the
the
environment?
powers that be. What about the what?
Environment, Earth.
We're
All
going
right,
to
anything
deal
to
with
do with
all
police.
that,
It
but
has
we
nothing
have
to do
to
with police.
first take charge of, well, my plan is to take charge of the city where you live.
How?
By winning the mayorship, 2/3 of the city council, 2/3 of the congressional seats, 2/3 of the state and Senate seats. And then from the city, we grow from city to city, and then we grow to the states and then the country. We take over the country. But we have to start somewhere. So I say start where you live, take charge of the city, town, village where you live, okay? Change the laws, okay? And then implement the creative solutions we already have, okay, on a grand scale, not limited solutions, but the big solutions on a grand scale, so that the others will see what's possible. And then if we start small, when people see what's possible, and I'm saying that this will be done once we enter the seats of power. We need to take charge of the government.
How?
Because the government is in charge of the police and the military.
How?
So the police and the military are the enforcers. They're the only thing that's standing in the way of all of us collectively implementing the world that we all want to see. So, but once we take charge, even if it's on a local level, okay, then they can't stand in our way. We have the power to change the laws, and we will then only implement laws that will facilitate.
All right. He won't answer a question. He asked me a question, and I'm asking very simply. I'm asking Jacob, how are we supposed to take over states? Like how? Are you talking about force? Or are you talking about politics? What are you talking about? If we want to take over, it's that. Oh. Politics is the way to go, I would think. And find a candidate that you support instead of, creating long lists of what we need to do and taking over the police and the military. No. Like if you want to say locally, we got people who ran district offices. You know what I'm saying? Like those people are doing the work right now. They're doing the work, brother. They're doing the work, Jacob. So I appreciate your phone call, man. I need to get to the next call before my line's cut off. I'm going to a caller. I don't know the number, but this is
right.
you.
We're gonna dance till the broad daylight. So gather round where the fun is found. Pajama party tonight. The chapter 8 will congregate. Pajama party tonight. So get your date and don't be late. Pajama party tonight. Oh, what a party tonight. We'll have a party tonight. Don't you know it's the latest craze? Having a party wearing your PJs. Gonna get together tonight, that's right. We're gonna dance till the broad daylight. So gather round where the fun is found. Pajama party tonight, yeah, yeah. Pajama party tonight, pajama party tonight.
Yeah. What a way to end the show. That's my last call, guys. That's funny. So I go from Jacob, then I go to this pajama party, which has to be top 3 of the most whitest songs I've ever heard in my life. But hey, that's okay. We're diverse here, and we check out all music. Hey, look, if I could put up with my main man, Harmonica Man, what happened, man? The hell is up, man? What's up? But Monica, man, used to call up and raise the roof, and it would be so cool, man. And Jimmy Reefer Cake, and like, where are my hip hop artists, man? Can I get a hip hop artist in this joint? Like, come on, man, holla at me, holla, 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 holla. It's all good, man. I want to thank everybody who called in tonight. All the people who lent your voice to this exchange of ideas. That's what we do here on the Tim Black Show on Freedom Friday. I just open the phone lines, let people go for it, man. And it's very interesting calls tonight, man. All of you, give it up for yourselves. You know. This show is brought to you by TimBlackTV.com. It's not funded by the DNC. It's not funded by the JOP. It's not funded by RT. It's funded by people like you who care about this platform and what we're able to accomplish. Voices that get an opportunity to shine in the realness that we try to speak every time out. So you may not always agree with my guest or with me, but at least know. It's one thing to be wrong. It's another thing to be being paid to lie. There is a difference, okay? So, and I think that's a very important difference. I think that makes all the difference in the world. Or if you disagree with someone because you just disagree because you see life differently. Or is this person trying to manipulate you for some type of personal gain? Like, are they trying to sleep with you? Like, trying to get something from you, take something from you, manipulate you, use their... Nah. So I think that matters that you don't have that type of situation here. What you have is somebody you may disagree with sometimes or whatever, but I'm coming from a real place. And so are my callers, and so are my guests. So that matters. So go to TimBlackTV.com, become a Patreon member, like many of my Patreons. You guys are the best. Thank you for keeping this show on the air. Know this, you keep this show going. I got a lot of love in my heart, but brother got to live and brother got to keep the internet connection and the phone lines, and we got to keep all that going. So thank you for what you do. Next week we got a lot of guests lined up, and gosh, I got a lot going on, man, and I'm very happy to have great people that want to come on this show and speak their truth. So we're going to continue that, keep it going. Guys, I want you to have a great weekend. Just know this. The latest tax plan hurts us. If you're a Republican, forget that if you're a Republican. If you're a conservative, whatever you are, if you're a liberal, progressive, whatever you are, libertarian, I don't care what name tag or what label or whatever, how you group yourself. I don't care. Just know that we have to stand up to the 1%, man. If people really cared about us, working people, this tax plan would not exist. Period. The fact that it does exist, the fact that our politicians spend between 30 and 70% of their time not fighting for you, but fighting to get donations from big money interests so that they can win the next election. That's the reality. That's what's going on.
You gonna eat your cornbread.
And if that's the situation, the whole point of it is to eat our cornbread. They're trying to take from us to keep themselves employed, to keep themselves in these positions. Now, I got nothing against you wanting to be in Congress. Nothing against you wanting to be a senator or a governor or whatever. I have nothing against that. What I do have a problem with is if you're doing it for the wrong reason. And if it's only, your main focus is you and your wealth or your accumulation of money and power. That I have a problem with.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
I believe that we got to fight in order to keep our cornbread, and we have to demand by joining together, forming Voltron, bringing, and look, it's a slow process. People must be informed. One of my callers said, I'm tired of us talking about the problems. Well, look, guy, where you are at in this process may be different than someone else. I dare guess, brother, that there's somebody who listened to this show tonight who was their first time listening to this show. We're all at different points in our progression or whatever. So, if you know it all, maybe you're advanced level, but others need to continue to come through and become educated, because
maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
The goal at the end of the day is to take all they can, extract it all from us. The system exists because of us. It's made on the backs of us, regular people, trying to eke out a living, trying to survive. That's how the system keeps working, because they use us as the fuel. Remember Mad Max, when they literally had a person strapped to the thing and they used their blood, like literally taking blood out of them in order to live? That is exactly what's going on. We are the lifeblood of this country, and we don't get treated like it. A country that could say they love their veterans and then leave them out in the street to die. A country that says, oh, we love vets, the vets, the vets. 20 of them commit suicide on average daily. And I don't see where's the sit out, where's the Congress, where's the filibusters daily, where's the outrage? Oh, there is none. There is none. If we don't wake up to the reality of what's going on, and soon, real soon, you may say, oh man, this bad now. It's horrible. It's horrific. It's grotesque. It's repugnant. It's shameful. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet, because
it's going to be consequences and repercussions.
It can get worse. I'm Tim Black for TBTV. Love somebody, hug somebody, have yourself a great weekend. I don't want to hear a single solitary bad story about something happening to one of my viewers over the weekend. I want you all to come back, enjoy your time away, but come back on Monday, man. Rejuvenated, spend some time with your family, take care of business, slide in some times for some smiles too while you're at it, all right? That's what I'm talking about. It's tough, man. We got to stay invigorated. We got to stay involved. We got to stay. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to smile. It's okay to have a good time, because this mess, it'll be here. I guarantee it. I love you guys. Thank you for all you do for supporting this channel. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at RealTimBlack. You can email me anytime at tim@timblacktv.com. I may not get back quick, but I do get back. That's what's up. I love y'all. Thank you. Go to leecamp.net. Get a ticket for the Richmond show. Okay, Richmond, December. January, Portland, Oregon. February, Salt Lake City, Utah. And I'm out.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're going to see a bad guy like this.
Shout out to my team. Shout out to all my people on Facebook. Jennifer Vickers, Stapleton, the whole crew. I do not have it in front of me, man, but you guys keep me going. Facebook, thank you to my moderators. Man Oz, Momo Pineno, The Truth Can't Be Silenced, and Stephanie, as always. I appreciate you guys. My Periscope crew, I hope you're getting bigger. I think you are. I appreciate your commitment to what we do and for tuning in every Friday as well. Peace.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.